Some grannies were asked to share their honest opinion about racism, and their answers have been so mind blowing. It has sparked heated conversation all over social media. Welcome to the reality room. Thank you for stopping by. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let us watch these clips and come back for our commentaries.
I just wanted to ask you about how you guys were able to raise us and you aren't racist. I mean, that's a big thing right now because, racism is kind of driving our government, our administration, the ICE raids. How did people your age coming from wherever you came from, what were your thoughts when you were raising us that we didn't grow up thinking that we were different or better or anything?
Well, our thoughts were that we had black students in the high school we went to, and some very prominent ones. And it came a little while later, after we graduated from high school, one of the graduates there, a black man, donated, I think, all the money that took to the African American Museum in Washington, D.C.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I couldn't put it out.
But he went to, what was your high school?
East High School, Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
This was probably 15 years after we graduated.
Oh, okay. But you guys went to the same high school, right, Mom?
Yeah.
In my case,
Flying.
in my case, I was on a wrestling team in high school, and one of our wrestlers was Leroy Haynes, I think that was his name, and he and I were always partners in practice, and so we were going to, this was Denver, Colorado, we were going to somewhere in eastern Colorado, eastern Colorado, to a high school, and we were going to wrestle with another school, and I had, when you go on a trip like that, you have to have lodgings, because you're there several days. So Clifford and I were going to lodge together. He black and I white, and never thought about it until my mother found out and raised hell at the school. And I can't remember the results. I think we ended up not even going.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
I've accepted it. That's what it was with her, but I hated my mother all the time. It didn't change my hate for her because she was a mean, evil stepmother.
Yeah, but a lot of even mom had a great mom, but also there was a lot of racism in those days, right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
I remember you telling me a story about growing up. You mean you grow up and you not racist at all with me, but that's not how Grammy was.
No. I think most of their friends were prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
I think they all were kind of like that.
I think you're right, very much so. But they're good people, but they're not our kind of people.
Right. Separate but equal.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I ever heard a racial slur was from your mom when I was little. Do you remember that? Sitting around the table, and Mom was like, you were horrified.
Well, that's what she said.
And Mom brought me aside, and she's like, I mean, I never even heard that word used, and my grandma was using it.
Yeah.
Your evil stepmom.
And the word was
N-word.
N-word.
Mm-hmm.
And I had several friends in high school that were pretty cool. And when I went to college, some of them were still with me. And yet, anytime my mother would say, this is my evil stepmother, by the way. Anytime that she would use the N-word, she would always lower her voice.
Because she knew it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She knew she was a bigot.
She grew up at one time, fairly well-off people, had a very large 3-story house in Bonita, Oklahoma. And when I was a young kid and we'd go down there, she had to live in maids. a maid and a cook, and they were just wonderful people to them, you know, because
They were her
subjects.
servants. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mom, didn't you want to invite your friend over for a birthday party or something? Isn't that what happened? Then you found out how your mom felt.
Didn't want it to happen. Didn't want it to happen, sorry.
Yeah, so tell that story.
I don't remember that well enough to tell it, but she was, this girl was smart and terrific student, and suddenly I couldn't have her to my party.
How does that make you feel? How did that make you feel?
I was devastated and mad at my mom.
And that kind of devastation is because you have to admit to everybody, but your mom was that way.
Yeah. But when you guys raised us, like, we never talked about it. Like, it was just kind of by osmosis that I didn't even know there was racism in California because I never heard it in the house and you never said anything. I only remember hearing you one time talking to somebody on the phone, and there was a black family that was looking at the house on the street, and you're like, I hope they move in because that'll really piss off so-and-so.
Yeah.
So I was trying to put the pieces together.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Subsequently in college, there were a lot more people in college.
Multicultural people.
Multicultural, yeah. And we'd chat with them, and we would go to the candy store or the bar or stuff like that, and it was no issue.
Mm-hmm.
But again, my evil stepmother, was raised in Oklahoma,
Yeah, she was a Southerner.
and it was just, even when she'd say the N-word, it'd lower her voice. And yet the two that were servants in her home as she grew up were good people.
Right. Yeah.
But they used the word to describe them.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think about people your age today that are still, wanting the immigrants gone and still have racist tendencies? And
I don't know how a thinking person could ever believe that, but we know they do.
yeah, they do. There's still this white supremacy ideal in so many people.
And
Yeah.
people who, well, like my mother, would not claim at all that she was prejudiced.
No.
It was just because they're lower class people and they're good.
The one she
Use the
knows.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one she knows. Yeah.
So that's a tough one to call. And as I say, in the Navy, there were probably 200 people in the ship, and I imagine there were 24 of those people. And yet,
Black people.
huh?
Black,
Yeah,
white,
people.
Mexican.
Yeah, and yet you're all the same. You're all pulling for the same thing. If something bad happens, you got to turn to it and go to work and see if we can save this ship and stuff like that. And we had a black man on the ship, very young, probably 22 years old, and a big guy. And I heard one day somebody was screaming. We were just like somebody was out of their mind, screaming loud. And it turned out that there was a guy going into a small compartment, and this was a white guy. And he went down a small compartment, and then he accidentally dropped a canister of might have been carbon dioxide, but some gas, and screaming, and nobody do anything. And this undesirable guy went in, grabbed him, big guy, threw him right up out of the hole, visibly threw the whole guy's body up and saved his life.
Wow.
And we thought that was very cool.
Not undesirable.
I'll say,
Thanks for not raising me with racism, you guys.
you're welcome, sir.
You definitely didn't prepare me for the world, though.
Yeah. The world didn't get prepared for you.
I want you guys to watch this interaction between this black man and his white in-law. Listen closely, and then we're going to talk about it.
First impression of what?
Of me.
Of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I wasn't happy. I really wasn't happy. But you want the truth?
I
You want the
definitely want the
truth?
truth. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Give me the truth.
Really wasn't happy with her dating a man of another color.
Mm-hmm.
And then when y'all got married, I still wasn't happy that she married into the black family. But I will tell you right now, with a true heart and a true spirit, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I don't know of another man other than my husband, and I had to beat the hell out of him. But I don't know of another person that I admire as much as I admire you, and love as much as I love you.
Oh, thank
You take
Granny.
care of my families.
Thank you, Granny.
You take care of my family so beautifully. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you like a son.
Love you too, Granny.
And there's nothing I won't do for you.
Love you too.
You're a wonderful, wonderful person.
Thank you.
I wish white, black, and all were as good as you are.
Now, to me, when I watched that, it got me kind of emotional because it really showed the grace that he had on her to be patient with her family and particularly with Granny and her, preconceived opinions and ignorance, and the fact that she was able to change her entire perspective simply by seeing who he was and learning his true character beyond skin color, which is exactly what MLK fought for, right? Let's judge a person by the content of their character, not the color of their skin.
So you two were born in southern Georgia and spent most of you, Gloria, your whole adult life, and Mom until you were what, 50, 40 something, you moved down to New Mexico?
Yeah, I lived in Brunswick and Jacksonville and Folkestone. All my people was there.
So your growing up days, you didn't move away from the South until you were way into an adulthood. So both of y'all know that one of the big topics in the country right now is what's going on race-wise. There's a whole lot of stuff regarding race that people are talking about today, but I recognize y'all were born in the early and middle 1940s, and when you became teenagers in the 1950s, segregation was going on in the South, and racism
Coming to an end then.
Okay, but racism was at its all-time high when y'all, other than slavery. But I want to get your memories of what you remember at that time, what it was like being a teenager, how that made y'all feel, and what you witnessed during these times.
You want to go first?
Oh, yes. We didn't, we was always strictly whites in our school. And when I was coming up, everybody was white. Everybody was white. And then when they started integrating, it still it didn't bother me. I didn't like some of the things that the Ku Klux Klan done. I did not like that at all. Even as a child, I knew that's not right to treat the black people like that.
We had a mother,
Yeah.
a Christian mother,
A Christian
that kept
mother.
us straight, that
Yeah.
God loved them just
Yeah.
like He loved us.
That's
And
right.
that's where my father was racist, very racist.
Yes,
And,
that he was.
I didn't know my grandmother was until a talk on the porch we had one day. But are you through?
Tell me about what you
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
tell me about what you saw your grandmother do.
We were sitting on the front porch and on Jacksonville, Florida. We had big white rocking chairs on this old mansion, used to be at one time, and they fixed it up, and it was a beautiful home. And we were sitting on the front porch, and this elderly black lady come walking by with her hair tied up and taking her groceries home and just walking along. And Grandma said, "Look at there. She thinks she's just as good as anybody." And I'd never heard her say anything like that. And I said, "Well, Grandma, she is. She's not hurting nobody." I said, "She's just taking her groceries home." Well, at the time, the Black Panthers was fighting for civil rights and stuff, and it was all over the TVs. And she says, well, you just wait. One day they're going to be marrying and marry white and black and everything, then you'll see. Oh, well, she was right. That's exactly what happened. But I'd never heard Grandma talk that way, talk down, because she wasn't doing anything, just doing home. But if it wasn't for a black woman, my daddy couldn't have made it. Grandma could not feed Daddy, but there was a black woman that worked for them that was feeding her baby, so she fed Daddy, because Grandma's milk had dried up. He was fed and kept alive by a black woman.
My grandpa was a racist, and when I was 17 years old, my mom told him that he better get over it because his granddaughter was likely going to marry a black person. My grandfather disowned me. He did not speak to me again until the day that he died, but he forgot to write me out of the will, and I got $5,000. Here is to breaking generational curses and fuck racism.
My grandma was racist as fuck. Did you guys have racist grandmas?
Hell yeah, bro. That's what makes the food better, though.
Dude, my grandma was racist. I remember one day I was playing with this kid, and she's like, I don't want you playing with that kid because he's a black kid, and they're dirty.
Man.
You can't play with them. And I went up to that kid after at McDonald's, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't play with you. My grandma said, because you're black.
What?
And I'll never forget what this fool said. He looked at me, he's like, bro, I'm fucking Filipino. And I was like, what part of Africa is that?
My wildest memory from high school was getting expelled from school because I was standing up for equality, and I was in a segregated school, and I was angry and sent home with students throwing books at me. And I ran, and they were chasing me down the halls. I ran into the principal's office, red-faced, crying, and threw myself on his desk and said, help me, help me. And he stood up and he looked down and he said, Galen Baker, you're a troublemaker and you need to be expelled from this high school.
My family is racist. Let's talk about it. Specifically, my brothers, they were just making jokes about if there was a white man and a black man in front of you guys and they were both aggressive and you had a gun, which one would you kill first? And they didn't say it was the white man. First of all, what kind of freaking question's that? Second of all, like, that's not funny. Third of all, when I get defensive and I'm like, well, that is really messed up to say, don't say that. It's statistics in America. According to statistics in America. And then let's go to ChatGPT to clarify the statistic in America. It's so messed up, and I called them out for being racist. And one of them was like, yeah, I'm racist and I'm proud to be racist. What the frick? And like, it's so crazy that this is happening. I think what's worse is the fact that, like, I'm related to them. Like, how embarrassing. And what's even worse is, like, how much, like, they don't care. That is so freaking crazy to me. They call every Hispanic person that looks even slightly Hispanic Mexican. They call all Asians Chinese, and they don't even want to learn that there's a difference. And you know what sucks even more is that we're all doing this in the name of Jesus and God, and that God would be pro-ICE and that Jesus would be pro-Trump. And I'm like, never have I wanted nothing to do more with you guys in my life. I'm laughing because of, like, not because it's funny, but because it's like, my dog. It's like a nervous response, like, what? And no wonder the black community is always on guard with people like us. No wonder anytime people hears that you love Jesus or you love God, they want to run. It's because of this. Ugh. Anyways, it's just, like, heartbreaking, frustrating, and, like, I don't even really care that, like, I'm deemed the sensitive one, the emotional one, because I'm constantly calling them out. I'm the victim and I'm always trying to pick a fight. But, like, I'm really proud of myself for, like, every time anything has been said, I have stuck up. I've been like, you can't say that. That is not just disrespectful. That is racist. They throw around the N-word like it's funny. My white brothers. What? You can't say that. And anytime I, like, call them out for saying that, they say it even more. Because they can do whatever they want. And their excuse is that America is a free country and we have the freedom of speech. What? And I'm not crying because I feel like taken out or beaten down. I'm weeping because like this is what's wrong with this world. Like this is why we have so much hate. And it's so frustrating because we're the problem. And in a way, like, I'm encouraged that there's like people like me and the friends I have at home that like are not like this. I will call you out if you're being racist. I will call you out if you're being insensitive. And I'm really proud of that because that used to not be me. And I'm not scared of people anymore. It's just also really sad that it's like we know that this is happening, but it makes it like a million times worse when it's your family.
I was raised to be racist. I use the N-word. My whole family used the N-word. We all use the N-word, 70s, 80s. As a teenager, I was a very racist young man. And I put that racist part of me behind me, in that now I can acknowledge that we live in a white supremacist culture and system, that I have white privilege as a white person. We all do. That this nation is a white supremacist nation. That MAGA is a white supremacist movement. That Trump is leading. But it's still hard to believe just how sick we are. But then I look at things like what Israel's doing to Gaza. I look at what Hitler did to the Jews and what Leopold did to the Africans and so on and so on. It's racism. It's hate. And I'm ashamed of white people. I'm ashamed of all the white people that I thought that I knew that support this white supremacist MAGA movement. I'm so ashamed. And it is hard to believe just how racist the people that I thought I knew, and the denial, the apathy. But then you really think about it, black people have never really mattered to white people. They just don't. That's what we've been taught. We've been taught that black people are less than us. Subconsciously, consciously, overtly, directly, indirectly, passively, aggressively, whatever. We've all been taught that. We've all been taught that they are beneath us. And that's why everybody got so triggered when we had a black president. They're supposed to know their place. They're not supposed to have value.
It is rather unfortunate these grannies are realizing this now. But the truth is, blacks have always been segregated upon. Yes. And it's very, very disheartening knowing you're not wanted by the other race. Look at in one of these clips where the guy said he grew in a home of racists, to a point where he was playing with his friend who is a black, and his mom had to tell him not to play with that friend of his anymore. That was very, very bad of her. Why was he playing with him? Like, he never had all those thoughts in his head. His family put those thoughts in his head because he knew that they were the same people. But the fact that his mom said, don't play with this person because he's black, it means that they don't want to have anything in common with these people. They belittle them. They feel like blacks are minority. They are not of their class, so they are not supposed to mingle with such people. In the other clip where you find the grandfather on the bed with his grandchild, look at his countenance. He's not happy. I don't know if that child even falls from that bed. I'm not sure he's going to care. Why? Because the child is black. He doesn't like the fact that he has a grandchild who is black. Why? We all are humans. We all are humans. And be it black or white, we are all blessings. And we should appreciate that a lot. These grannies realized that in the homes where they grew up in, there was no need actually to be racist. Yes, there was no need. There was no need telling this person, you don't have to sit here because you're black. You don't have to eat here because you're black, and so on and so forth. Yes, they have come out to share their experience with the rest of the people, because there are still people out there who are racist. Believe it or not, there is nothing you can do about it. But then, I'm very much happy that these grannies actually came out to talk about what they experienced and what they actually faced in real life. Look at the other granny who did not support the fact that her granddaughter got married to a black. But here we go. She's very, very much happy with the way this black guy treats her family with so much love, the way he cares for them. She appreciates him so much. So the point is, you cannot judge somebody based on the person's skin color. No. You cannot say you hate this person because he is black. Who knows? That person might be your helper. That person might be the one to save you from one trouble or the other. So we don't judge people people based on their skin color. I don't see the reason why we should be racist. I don't see the reason why we should hate on our fellow human beings because of their skin type. If you ask me, I believe we are all equal, and in my shoe, I would treat everybody equally, be it a white or a black. I would treat them equally because I believe we are all the same people, regardless of our color. I don't know about you, but I would really like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Please, if you found this somehow interesting, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you all. Do not forget to subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.
And what would you like to tell the world today?
I'm a black man, and I'm good with it. Thumbs up.
Wow, okay, I love it.